Hi, I am M. Jagadish, Associate Professor in CSC Department. Please watch my videos, like and share my videos, and subscribe my channel. Hi, here we discuss about dynamic memory allocation and deallocation by using of the operators new and delete. Before going to discuss about the new and delete operators, just recall the C programming language functions. In C, for creation or allocation of memory dynamically means which is going to execute at runtime. In order to allocate the memory dynamically in C language, we have a functions named as malloc and calloc, which is used to create a single block of memory or multiple blocks of memory dynamically at the runtime. Similarly, in order to deallocate the memory at runtime in C, we have a one more function named as free, which is used to free the memory dynamically. So these are the functions which we used in C programming language in order to allocate the memory and to deallocate the memory. Here in C++, instead of these functions, it is going to define two new operators. Those are nothing but new and delete. We have two operators, the two unary operators. Unary means we just go to perform on only one particular operand. So here we just go to use two operators in order to allocate the memory and deallocate the memory, which is used to reserve or create the memory and which is used to delete or free the memory. For that we have two operators new and delete in C++. Now how it is going to work means we'll go in depth about these two operators. Come to the first one, that is nothing but whenever you want to create the memory, then that is done by means of new operator. So this new operator is used to create the memory dynamically. Similarly, the delete operator is used to destroy or delete the memory dynamically. Now we'll go one by one. How we just go to work with new and how we just go to work with delete. So practically, whenever the object creates, then automatically the memory will be created. Internally, that object is going to make use of the operator that is nothing but the new. So inside a block or simply whenever the object is created, then automatically the memory will be created and that memory will be existent throughout the program and after the program also. So in order to delete the memory or to release the memory or free the memory, explicitly we have to use delete operator in order to free the memory or destroy the memory unless the memory will be in existence, which is unnecessarily wasting the memory. So that's why for the creation of the memory we have to use new operator and the memory will be reserved and the memory will be created for the object and it will be existence continuously, even whether we are using or not, it is immaterial, but the memory will be reserved in the name of object unless explicitly we have to delete or destroy or free the memory by means of delete operator. Now here we just going to discuss about how we are working with the new operator, in which manner we have to create the memory by means of new operator. Now look at this, the syntax here which is going to specify how to use the new operator. Now pointer variable is equal to a new, that is the operator name, and then data type. Now look at this, p is equal to new int, q is equal to new float. Now where p and q are nothing but pointer variables. P and q are nothing but the pointer variables. P is equal to new int, q is equal to new float. So with new keywords, we are reserving the memory. We are reserving the memory for the pointer variable p of integer data type, for the pointer variable q of float data type. So simply, this is the way how we just go to create the memory for the objects or for the variables. Now, look at this. At the same time, when we are going to create the memory, at the same time, we can also initialize the values. Initialize the values So how it is means pointer variable, whatever the variable that we are using, pointer variable new, which is used to create the memory, and the appropriate data type and the value. Now look at this example. Int pointer q is equal to new int of 25. When we just go to specify like this here, I am assigning the value 25 to the variable p. Value 25 to the variable p. Before assigning, I must create or reserve the memory. I must create or reserve the memory by means of new. Similarly, we just go to specify one more. Float pointer q is equal to new float of 3.5. Now observe here again. I just go to create the memory first by means of new. I am creating the memory by means of new to the q. That is a pointer variable of data type floats. And after creating the memory, simply I assign the value 3.5. I assign the value 3.5. So this is the way which is used to create the memory and initialize the value to the pointer variables. Now here up to here, we are assigning only one value. By using of new, we can also create the memory for multiple values, which is especially used for arrays. So that indicates we can create the memory for arrays also. Now how we are going to create the memory for the arrays means same as it is pointer variable new, which is used to create the memory, and data type, the appropriate data type we have to specify, and size, how much memory that we are going to create. So int pointer p new, which is used to create the memory, and here the data type is int, and 10, that indicates for 10 values I must create the memory. For 10 values I have to create the memory. So this is the way how we just go to create the memory. Now on to the next one. Here we just go to delete the memory. So whenever the memory is created, then automatically it will be in existence until unless explicitly we have to delete the memory. So when we just go to delete the memory, again we just go to use the syntax, that is nothing but delete pointer variable, where delete is used, to delete or to free or deallocate the memory to the pointer variable, whatever we specified here. Now take the example. Now delete p, that indicates which was allocated the memory for the variable p, that memory will be released. Similarly, delete q. So earlier in the name of the queue, the memory was reserved. The memory was allocated to the queue. Then that particular memory will be deleted. Now, similarly, how you just go to allocate the memory for the array, you can also release the memory dynamically for the array. How we are going to do means, look at this. Delete, you just go to specify the size of the array and pointer variable. So delete p, that indicates then this statement will releases the memory for the entire array p. So this is the way how we just go to delete or release or deallocate the memory dynamically to a single pointer variable or to the array. This is nothing much memory management operators, both new and delete. Now look at the next one. It's input small, that is abstraction. Now up to it we know that abstraction is nothing but one of the most essential and important feature of object-oriented programming in C++. We have a different object-oriented programming concepts like class, objects, like abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, all those things. So likewise, this abstraction is also one of the essential one. Now, what is mean by the abstraction means? Abstraction is going to display only essential information and it is going to hide the details. That indicates whatever requires, which information is required, which information is important, that information is only going to display. It is not going to display the entire information or entire things. Which one is important, that only will be displayed. and which is not important, that not important information will be hidden. That is nothing but abstraction. See, data abstraction refers to providing only essential information what I specified about the data to the outside world and hiding the background details of implementation. So whatever the details that are done by means in order to generate the output, those information will be hidden. Now we'll discuss about this with a real world example. See, whenever the man is going to drive a car, the man only knows what actually accelerator will do, what actually the brakes will do. He knows that whenever I am pressing the accelerator, it will increase the speed, and whenever I just go to apply the brake, it will stop the car. He knows only that one. It will increase the speed and stop the car, but you don't know how the accelerator will be increased its speed and how the brake is going to stop the car. You don't know all these things. You don't know the inner side mechanism, how the inner side mechanism will works, how the accelerator is practically working, how the brake is working, how whenever I increase or press the accelerator, it increases the speed. Whenever I apply the brake, how the car is stopping, you don't know the inner mechanism. You know, it's only one thing. When I am increasing, whenever I just go to press the accelerator, it increases the speed. Whenever I am pressing or applying the brake, it stops. You know, it's only that one. It doesn't know about the implementation of inner details. That actually abstraction means. That actually abstraction means. You can use the abstractions for the classes also. You can implement the abstraction in C++ by means of classes, where in this it is going to group the data members and data functions. Data members and data functions. So based on the application, only some data members will be visible to the outside world and some are not visible. Some we cannot access. That indicates it is hiding the details, it is hiding the assay. That is nothing but abstraction. So this is nothing but the abstraction, which is the object oriented concept, object oriented feature.